beautiful. I love my hair. I was born this way. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I am bright. I am bold. I cannot be broken. I am strong. I am me.
I think I definitely tell myself I'm not good enough more than anyone else tells me. I was in high school, I think it was junior year. I was in this class, it was called Food Experience, and we just cooked food from different places in the world and learned about it. One day, this kid just comes up to me out of the blue in the class, and he's like, "You're really ugly." And he was like, "You look like a rat, like a dirty rat with those freckles." First of all, no one just comes up to you and says that without any prompting, "You're ugly, you look like a dirty rat." And second of all, my freckles are something I can't even change slightly. They're just part of who I am. I think from then on, I just was like, you have to make your own confidence.
I think one of the biggest reasons people probably have low self-esteem is that they hyper-focus on something about themselves that they really don't like, instead of valuing and enjoying the things about themselves that are really great. So I know for me, even in my own life, things I've been insecure about, when you start really hyper-focusing, that's when your self-esteem tends to, fluctuate.
I cut my hair whenever I was in 5th grade, I want to say. Because I didn't fit in with all the girls at school. I went to an all-white school. I was the only black girl, so all the girls had pencil straight hair, and I was the only one, Even before then, I talked to maybe 2 people, and we all got bullied all the time, so cutting my hair was just one of the final steps of me just giving up on being pretty or trying to fit in.
The causes of low self-esteem, it's hard to kind of generalize about it just because every individual is so different. So things that might impact one person might not necessarily impact the next person the same way. I think generally if someone has low self-esteem, it's because the value that they have in themselves, either that they've placed there or the value that others have placed on them, is really negative or really low. So you might have people with low self-esteem who maybe grew up in families who didn't feel very empowered.
There are several times that I have just lost all confidence in myself, and to the point where it gets kind of hard to get out of bed. One of those times was I had been cheated on, and for obvious reasons that makes it kind of hard to love yourself because you self-blame and all that. That took a heavy toll.
There's a quote that's really cheesy, well, it was cheesy to me, and it's called, "No one is you and that's your power." And I really believe that. There's the one thing that you have and that you'll always have, and it's the fact that you are the only you ever. So whether it's how you look, no one else is gonna look exactly like you, or who you are, no one else is gonna be you. I feel like that in itself is a confidence booster because you can make that your thing. This is how I am, or this is how I look. And if I own it, people are gonna love it.
It's such a mixed message of love yourself and be okay with who you are, be okay with the way you look, but also spend $400 and contour your face.
A lot of girls contour their faces every day, and I have never been someone who contoured. I'm usually just eye makeup and maybe a little bit of blush or whatever. And then one of my friends did contour my face for me, we were just joking around. She contoured my face and it covered up all of my freckles. And this was after the issue with the boy calling my freckles ugly. And I was like, I don't want to contour my face if it covers up all my freckles because they're a part of who I am and they're part of what makes me special. From that, I think I became more confident in my looks and in my own beauty because I realized that Makeup is great for enhancing what you have, but you can easily slip into covering up what you have to make what you think other people are going to think is beautiful. And then in doing that, you lose your own beauty.
I mean, I look at Kylie Jenner and I'm like, wow, you paid for your lips. I didn't have to. But I compare myself that way. But
I feel like when I compare myself to other people, that's when I feel the most insecure. And I tend to be a pretty secure person. But I think in terms of anyone, if you're going on Instagram and comparing yourself to somebody else, then you're always going to feel like inadequate because you're not somebody else, you're you.
It's something that I feel like everyone does going on Instagram. You see girls with thousands of likes and thousands of followers, and you want to be like that because that's what everyone loves. They get the most attention, they get the most affection.
I compare myself to every model ever because that's what I do. That's all I see. All I care about is modeling, I want to say, for the most part. So I see models and I'm comparing myself all the time. Like, hey, I'm skinny, but I could be skinnier. Like, she's so skinny. And I'm like, well, my skin's good, but it could be better. Like, her skin is perfect. So I really compare myself to, like, these people that I feel like where they're at, I can't even reach at this point, like supermodels like Naomi Campbell or Tyra Banks. And it doesn't bother me as much when I compare myself to them because I figure everybody does it.
I've grown to love my face a little bit more, but when I was younger, I never really thought of my face as like a special feature.
I think when you find people who are looking at pictures in magazines saying, oh, I want to look like that, a lot of times it's because that's what they see all the time, and that's what people kind of tell them in a lot of different ways that they should look like. So when they're looking for perfection, or they're looking even not just perfection but looking at beauty, and these are the pictures that we're seeing, you know, what kind of message does that send to women and men? And is it really that surprising that you have a lot of people dealing with these issues between the media and what people are telling them? Like, this is what we're being shown, like this is what we're supposed to look like.
Whatever it is you're self-conscious about, you're the only one that is focused on that. People don't see you as a nose. People don't see you as a pair of arms or a pair of thighs or a big butt or whatever it is that you are self-conscious about. I am not just those things. I am myself. I am a whole person.
I think the biggest thing is just not focusing on what you dislike and finding things that you like about yourself. Because if you have things within yourself that you value, whether it be physical or non-physical qualities, then I think that gives you a reason to be confident.
Pick something that you absolutely love about yourself, even if it's only one thing. Focus on it and highlight it as best you can and just love that piece of you.
I definitely focus on my eyes because I do like my eyes, and I do feel confident when I look into my eyes because I can see all the things that I don't necessarily see just by looking at myself and my body.
There's some features that you have that no one else can replicate, and even though that there's fake people in the world, that will never change or define who you are. When I hear the term beauty,
the first word that I would associate with beauty is,
I want to say, being loving.
Boldness. Because anything that's bold has to be also confident, and whether that's, and it sounds funny to put that with an inanimate object, but flowers are beautiful, and flowers are often bold. They're bright pinks and reds and oranges, and they're just unapologetically bold.